Good morning students. Let us continue with the exercise problems of electricity chapter. Let us solve 7th one, and this is the problem which I told to use a graph sheet. So on the board I'll just show roughly how to calculate, but you should do it only in a graph sheet. You should not draw a rough sketch. Take a graph sheet, draw x-axis and y-axis, then find out the slope. Using that we need to find out. So you should do only with a graph sheet. So let us see what is 7th question. So 7th question is the value of current I flowing in a given resistor for the corresponding values of potential difference V across the resistors are given below. That means in the question they are given current values with respectively they are given potential difference, that is voltage values. Now by plotting graph for these values we should find out R, that is resistance. This is what question. Now see, we need to plot a graph for current and V. So graph, we should take one x-axis and one x-axis and one y-axis, right? See, always remember x-axis should be taken the changing variable values. Here remember when current and potential difference are given, potential difference can be acts as a changing variable. Therefore potential difference is taken in x-axis. That is here V, potential difference in volts. You should not forget to write the names under x and y axis with unit, okay? And here that is current in ampere. Now look at the values which they are given in the question. Let us go for potential difference 1.6, 3.4, 6.7, 10.2, 13.2. So we have from 1 to 14. So we should maximize or minimize a scale based on our graph sheet or based on our convenient way. So here let me take like 1 unit is equal to 2 volts. That is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and we have till 14. This is 12, let it be 14. And what about current? That is given in from 0.5 to 4. So let us take it as 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 unit I am taking as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now using these values we need to plot first we need to plot these values, then we need to draw straight line. So just see, for 1.6 the current is 0.5, that means 0.5 will be somewhere here, and if this is our 1 we have 1.6 somewhere here, 1.5 is somewhere here, so here we will get 1.6, and roughly I am plotting, you should use graph sheet, okay? And next one is what? 3.4, if this is our 3, let it be 3.4 for 1. And next is 6.7. If this is 7, somewhere we will have 6.7, and so we will be having here. And the next one is 10.2 for 3, somewhere here. And next is 13.2 for 4. So like this we will get. So after plotting all the points, draw straight line. That is, we will get one straight line from the origin like this, okay? So now we got a straight line. From this line we need to find out the slope. So for slope, it's not like we should take from only this region or this region, okay? We can take wherever we want in that line. So draw a slope. Let us name this as A and B and C. See, almost all the points will join when we taken in a graph sheet. Here I took a roughly, so I got a rough straight line. So ABC. Now we know that we can find out slope as slope is equal to BC by AC like that. But here since we need to find out R, let me tell you, slope is equal to 1 by R. Now we'll get confused that how we got 1 by R, right? See, according to Ohm's law, we know that Ohm's law, V is equal to I R. So take R outside, that means V by I is equal to R, and make a reciprocal of this. Why we should make a reciprocal means we have I by V. That means we should get I by V is equal to R. So to get I in the numerator, we need to make reciprocal. That means when it goes I by V, what happens? We will get, this is R which is present in numerator, then we will get R in the denominator and 1 by R. It is like this, right? So I by V is equal to 1 by R. I think you understood. We got slope is equal to 1 by R, or we got 1 by R means according to Ohm's law we have V is equal to IR, and if you take R outside you get V by I. Since we are having graph I versus V, we should reciprocal this one and we will get I by V, that is equal to 1 by R. Now 1 by R is equal to, that is nothing but I by V. So I is on the numerator. I means what? This is y axis, that means this one. So I is what? BC, right? BC. And V is what? That is in x axis, that means AB, which is parallel to x axis, and this is parallel to y axis. See, CB is parallel to y axis and AB is parallel to x axis. Therefore, this potential difference can be taken as AB. Now I think you don't have any confusion till here. So we got the formula and we know how to substitute. Now we have BC by AB. That means we should take the value of this one and this one. Now this is a rough sketch. So we should take according to our graph. So here I have drawn the same problem with a graph sheet which I'll put along with a PDF. Look. Here I have taken x-axis like 1, 2, 3, 4. Since we have enough space to get exact values, I took 1 to 14 here, 1, 2, 3 to 9, that is in the y-axis. So here BC I got 1.4. I think you know how to count, right? This is called as 1 unit and the rest of them will count as 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. So BC I got, according to this graph, I got BC is equal to 1.4 and AB, that is this one, is equal to 4.8. See, almost answer we will get same when we plot this graph exactly. So don't worry that you should get 1.4 only or 4.8 only. Based on your graph, you should put the values, right? After calculating the see, now we got 1 by R. That is 1.4 and 4.1. Now we need to get R. What is the value of resistance, right? So to get R, we should reciprocal. So R is equal to, it will also reciprocal, that is 4.8 by 1.4, that is nothing but 3.4 ohm. This is the answer for this question. I think you understood clearly. First we need to plot the graph. Remember here we should concentrate which one to take in x-axis and which one on y-axis. Later on slope. To get the slope we should know what is the formula and we derive using Ohm's law. Later on substituting the values of slope in the formula, then calculating, and remember here we need to take reciprocal of R to calculate. And in your notes we should make this in a graph sheet. Later on we should calculate this part. Almost we will get 3.4 or else 3.3 or 3.5. Plus or minus 0.1 may go up and down, or otherwise 3.4 will get exactly the answer. Now let us go for next question. which uses more energy. 250 watt TV set in 1 hour or 1200 watt toaster in and 10 minutes. Now here we need to find out which appliances use more energy, that is TV or toaster, and they are given power of TV is 250 watt in 1 hour and toaster is 1200 watt in 10 minutes. And here we need to find out which consumes more energy, and energy is given by, we know that earlier we used the formula that energy used by any appliance can be given as E is equal to PT, or else we can write this as H is equal to PT also. So here let us take E is equal to PT, and see here we have power, which one they are given 250 watt, that is nothing but power, right? So let us calculate first for TV. E is equal to PT, P is what? This is for TV, and this we will calculate for toaster. See here, P is they are given 250 watt, and again observe here time. Time they are given 1 hour, that is 1 hour we should convert into seconds, that means 1 into 60 into 60 minutes into 60 seconds. Either you can write after converting directly, okay, or you can convert directly in this equation. So we will get the answer 9 into 10 to the power 5. 9 into 10 to the power 5 means we will get 5 zeros. So this is the answer, and what we are finding, SI unit of energy or heat will be joules. So this is our first answer. Next we will go for toaster. For toaster, let us use the same formula, that is E is equal to P into T. Here P is what? Power, that is 1200 watt. Time, look at here, 10 minutes. That means 10 minutes into 60 seconds. Now calculate and see, we will get 7.2 into 10 to the power 5. 10 into 60, 600 times 600 seconds. We will get here that we should multiply with power, hence we will get 7.2 into 10 to the power 5, and the answer that is 2 joules. Now we got both the answers, that is energy used by both the appliances, right? Now compare both the answer and see which one is more. So this value is more, that is 9 into 10 to the power 5 joules, and this belongs to TV. Hence TV uses more energy when compared to toaster. We should write the concluding statement, okay? From these values we can observe that TV uses more energy than toaster. Next question is, an electric heater of resistance 8 ohm drawn 15 ampere, that is current 15 ampere from service mains of 2 hours, that is time is equal to 2 hours. Calculate the rate at which heat is developed in the heater. See, again observe this question. We need to calculate the heat. Heat is what? Heat is nothing but energy by time. So we can take this energy by time as power. So that is nothing but power. So we have 3 equations for power, right? So let us see the given and we can organize our formula. So here we have R and we have I, right? So therefore P is equal to I square into R. We have 3 formulas for P, right? So this is one of them. So this is the formula which we should use here, and see I is what? Where is I? I is 15 square, R is 8, and calculate 15 square into 8 will get 1800. Either we can write SI unit, the SI unit of power is what? Watt, or else see heat is what? Energy by time, that is nothing but energy, joule per second. Joule per second. So this is the answer for this question. So they are given RIT and we should pick the formula. That is P is equal to I square R. Substitute and see we will get 1800 joules per second. Now here the answer for this question is not matching where they are given answer at the end of the textbook. They are given some different number. I think that was a mistake, but this is the answer. Okay, that's the key. You should remember that is not matching the key answers which they are given at the back of the textbook. This is also easy question. Now let us solve a last question of this exercise, that is give reason questions. We have 5 questions and let us see one by one. So these are give reason type questions which we already learned while discussing these topics. Okay, so just we'll glance. Look at the first question. Why W? W means what? This is the symbol for tungsten. Why tungsten used as a filament of electric lamp? Tungsten have high melting point and high resistivity, which allows for this filament to produce more heat and maintain at high temperature. Hence tungsten used as filament. So what is the specific word you need to write? Since tungsten has high melting point and high resistivity, it is used as a filament in electric lamp. And the next question is, why conductors of heating device made up of alloy than pure metal? So heating devices are nothing but like toaster, iron, electric iron, all the electric devices. Usually they are made up of, the conductors of these heating devices are made up of alloy, because alloy have high resistivity than pure metal. So remember again here these words are very much important, that alloy has high resistivity when compared to pure metal. So since it has a high resistivity, heat can be produced more. Therefore conductors of heating device are made up of alloys. And the next question is, why series arrangement not used in domestic circuits, which we already know, right? We studied in advantages and disadvantages of series and parallel combination. Series arrangement is not used in domestic circuits because in series current is same, that is current should pass from one appliance to next one, right? So what happens if the first one fails? Then current stops flowing further and entire circuit will breaks. But it not happen in parallel. Even though the first one is break, then the next one will keeps flowing, right? So that's why series arrangement are not used in domestic circuits. And the next one is, how R vary with A? R is what? Resistance. Resistance vary with A. A is nothing but area of cross section. We already learned this equation, that is R is inversely proportional to area of cross section. See, if they ask this question, we should write this equation either in this form or in the form of statement. This indicates that if area of cross section increases, resistance will decreases, and vice versa. If resistance increases, area of cross section decreases, and this is how R, that is resistance, will vary with area of cross section. And the last one is, why copper and aluminium usually used for electricity transmission? See, both are metals, that means they are good conductors of electricity. Since they are good conductors of electricity and they have low resistivity, therefore they are usually used for electricity transmission. So these are the answers. So usually we will get for 1 or 2 marks, give reason. We should be thoroughly prepared. See, only if you saw this, we can't answer If we go and learn back all the theory, then we can easily answer these questions. So this is our 18th question, and here we finished all the exercise problems, and we covered all in-text questions with exercise problems. Now the complete electricity chapter is finished. Now I want you people to up to date with your notes and homework questions. So you should be written everything in your classwork. Then you should solve all the homework question in the homework book. Whenever you free or make time to practice and learn all the problems and all the theory part of this electricity chapter. If you have any doubt, you should contact me. In the next class, let us start our new chapter.